the driving force behind the defense, and I think he spends the bulk of his time.
I think Brandon Spikes might be calling the plays now.
Well, whatever. But it's just from Belichick.
Right. He
spends the bulk of his week on the defensive side of the ball. Yet I stand by what I've told you from the start. I will give him 25% of the credit for the dynasty, and 75% goes to the guy who's now in Tampa. And I'm probably low on that.
No, you're too high.
You brought it up, and I'm going to walk right through the door that you opened.
Okay.
In Cleveland, first time around as a head coach, he had losing records 4 out of 5 years. 4 out of 5. Then he comes to New England, and he has another losing record at 5-11, his first year in New England.
Yep.
Drew Bledsoe's the quarterback. And then he opens that 2001 season by losing at Cincinnati, which was about to go 6-10 that year. And then he lost at home to the Jets. So he is now 0-2 in the 2001 season. And during that Jets game, as you know, fate struck. Heaven opened.
Mo Lewis struck.
He struck. And that was the end of Drew Bledsoe and the start of Super Bowl history. Dynasty started because Tom Brady was able to start the next game, which happened to be at home against Peyton Manning's Indianapolis Colts, and they won 44-13, and they were off to the races that didn't stop for the next, 19 years, right? Okay, so if we go back to what happened in Cleveland, what happened the first year in New England, and the first 2 games of 2001, Bill Belichick's record as a head coach was 41-55 pre-Brady starting. 41-55. Once Brady took over, they wound up together as a duo. They won 219 games and lost 64. 219-64. Pre-Brady, 41-55. Something happened, and the biggest difference was Tom Brady. And it wasn't just his play, it was his clutch play late in games, and it was his leadership, because even you have finally come around and admitted Tom had to become the buffer between Belichick and the locker room. That Belichick kept doing it old school, my way or the highway way. And Brady kept telling the locker room, it's okay, it's okay. We're going to win. We're going to figure this out. And a lot of teams would have mutinied on Bill Belichick without Tom Brady saying, calm down, we got this, right? And he did it year after year after year. And Belichick got away with being the scoundrel that he could be, the cold-blooded tyrant.
You can do that as long as you're winning.
Okay.
The reason why none of his proteges, his disciples, haven't had success because they try to coach like that, but they're not winning. Once Coach Belichick won, then everything else will fall into place. You can coach Tom Brady like you coach everyone else because you won. You can say things, you can do things, Skip, because you won. But what Coach Belichick saw when he was the defensive coordinator of the New York Jets, they didn't have a Joe Montana. They didn't have a Dan Marino. They didn't have a John Elway, but they were able to win Super Bowls.
With the Giants?
With the Giants. Because what he saw, Skip, is that if we just get competent quarterback play, if I play outstanding defense, we'll have a chance. And what did Phil Simms do? Not turn the football over. What did Hostetler do? Not turn the football over.
Listen, Phil was really good. Remember that one against your guy? He just lit it out.
But Skip, what did he say? Just don't turn it over.
No, he didn't.
We're gonna play lights.
Hostetler was more just keep it between the lines.
The K-gun, Skip. Remember, Buffalo was going up and down the field on everybody.
That was about the defense. I agree, and it was all about shorten the game. Let's run it and hold on to it.
So for Brady's first couple of years, Skip, you're looking at Brady, the finished product. But Brady wasn't like this in his first couple of years. He relied heavily on that defense and running the football.
Those 6 Super Bowls he won was 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime.
But in order for you to win a game, the game's got to be close late.
Okay, so I'll give you some hand-in-hand. You know, scratching each other's back. I got that. But I'm going to remind everybody, in the first Eli Super Bowl, and I'm going to get to Asante Samuel's role in this in just a second, but first Eli Super Bowl, Brady did what Brady usually does, always does. He went 80 yards in 12 plays, hit Randy Moss with a 6-yard touchdown pass, and they went up 14-10 with 2:42 left. For an all-time great defensive coordinator in Bill Belichick against Eli Manning, If you stop them on the kickoff at the 17, so they have to go 83 yards and score a touchdown. You're up 4, so they need a touchdown with about 2:25 left in the game. That should be Belichick's feast. You know, he should say, watch this. I'm going to shut down Eli Manning. And Eli went 83 yards in 12 plays. And, you know, it took the helmet catch by Tyree. Okay, I got it. But then he hit Plaxico with...
Well, it came with a bomb blitz, Skip. And when you come with a bomb blitz 101, the guy playing inside leverage, Plaxico runs the fade, it's a touchdown.
He did, and it was a touchdown, and they won 17-14. But there was a play in question right before the Tyree helmet catch, and it was featuring Asante Samuel. And so just to be fair, could we see that play? Because you want to talk about a dropped interception? This ends the game. You got to catch. He is really good at what he does.
And he got great hands. Skip, he led the league in interceptions. He had 10, I think, in 2006.
Yeah. Did he jump just a little too early?
He missed time.
Yeah. Was he starting to come down when the ball hit him? If you catch this football,
it's over.
It is over.
It's over.
Tom Brady wins. He's got 7 Super Bowls. Bill Belichick. Okay. Well, no, I'm sorry. But in New England.
Yes.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then back to your point about the scoundrel Belichick. So then let's fast forward to the Super Bowl in Minneapolis against Philadelphia. And Brady throws for a playoff record, all-time playoff record, 505 yards. And Belichick's defense gives up 41 points to the Eagles' backup quarterback, while Malcolm Butler, who played the most defensive snaps during the regular season for that Belichick defense, mysteriously was benched for the entire game. Inexplicably, to this moment, we don't know why. Well, it's just Belichick being Belichick. Like you said, I don't know what it was, but did it cost Tom another Super Bowl? You could certainly argue that, can't you do better than holding Nick Foles to 41 points?
But Skip, we talked about that, the Minnesota. And remember, the week of the Super Bowl, Coach Belichick was at a Timberwolves game. I was like, when have you ever seen Coach Belichick so relaxed? Like, man, they can't. It was almost like they can't beat us. Coach Belichick, I've never seen Coach Belichick out during the week at any other preview, any before or any after. For some reason, he felt really confident in that game, Skip.
And supposedly, he made a remark to, was it the Philly coaches before the game on the field? That
had a good season?
Yeah. Like that they took personally and went in the locker room and just raising hell with their team about, they think they're going to walk all over us?
Right. So for me, Skip, I'm not surprised. Given Coach Belichick's history, his demeanor, Coach Belichick is callous. He's cold-hearted. He's cold-blooded. But I'm not going to say he's just another coach. I believe he's the greatest defensive coach of all time. But what do we do in professional sports? We got to constantly update our resumes. Coach Belichick gets another year to update his resume. So we're going to get that's his guy. He drafted Mac Jones. Mac Jones is his starter. He has everything in place. He spent $200 million of Mr. Kraft's money. He got his quarterback. Okay, now, update your resume, Coach Belichick.
Okay, well, he has to win at least 1 Super Bowl sooner than later with Mac Jones.
No, it ain't got to be sooner or later. You just got to win 1 to show that he wasn't Tom Brady.
Okay, what if Tom wins this year's Super Bowl? You have to win 2?
No, he just needs to win 1 to prove that he can win without Tom Brady. Tom Brady's already proven that he can win without him. I grant it. It's a talented team, the most talented team. But he did do that. Coach Belichick has a very talented team. Now he has his quarterback. Now he has to prove that, you know what, I'm more than Tom Brady.
What if Brady wins 2 more before he retires?
Coach Belichick said, all I need to do is to show you that I can win without Tom Brady because y'all don't think I can win without him.
I do not think. Y'all over here says no.
I'm talking to you. I'm pointing to you.
Y'all still give him 25% of the credit, which makes him much more than just another coach. He's not just another coach, but he should thank his lucky stars for Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
But Skip, how many quarterbacks and how many coaches in the Hall of Fame? Joe Gibbs and Bill Parcells didn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback. All the other coaches that's in there had one. Some had multiples.
Yep. And in some cases, maybe they helped make that guy.
Yes. So,
like you don't think Bill Walsh contributed to Joe Montana being the great Joe Montana?
Yes.
I mean, nobody saw Montana coming except for Bill Walsh.
Yeah. And nobody saw Tom Brady coming, but Tricky Bill. That's what they call him, Tricky Bill.
That's what he is. And I'm not sure he saw Tom Brady coming because I think it was an afterthought to take him in the 6th round.
Yeah, I mean, but nobody should be surprised. Everybody know Coach Belichick is a fake left, go right type of guy. So whatever you think you're thinking about, you know about him. That's why I'm always, sometimes, Skip, I get very leery about things coming out of, but I know when he wants to get certain things out there, he'll leak certain things to certain people and they put it out there and get all that. But Coach Belichick is very close to the vest. He don't want anybody to think they know who he is and what he's about to do.
Yeah. Well, just moments before, or about an hour before he released Cam, he told the media session he's making progress, right? Oh, great.
You're making progress
out the door.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's gathering his things. He's getting them up. Man, Coach Belichick, man. Whew. He's not everybody's cup of tea, Skip. It's tough if you're a free agent going there when you've known a different side, different style of coaching.
Yep.
You get drafted and Skip, that's all you know. That's all Tom Brady knew. And Tom Brady thought that was the only way that you could win. He gets to Tampa. Bruce Arians is a little bit more relaxed. Guys have, you're like, what I found out is that there are many different ways that you can win. That's what Tom said out of his own mouth.
He did.
Coach Belichick convinced him the only way you can win is this way. And Tom and all the other guys believe it. When they go somewhere else and they win, they're like, nah, you don't have to be a jerk to your players.
Yep.
You don't have to run them in the ground.
Yep.
You don't have to try to humiliate and embarrass them.
Got it. So, Bill Belichick, you are now on the clock and on the hot seat.
He definitely on the clock.
Yeah.
He definitely on the clock.
All right, guys, we're switching gears back to the NBA because Rajon Rondo didn't hold back when talking about his time with the Clippers.
It was a
you
shot
got to hear
fired.
what he had to say about it.